Nobody searches for a plumber just for fun. They do it because something is broken, leaking, or actively spraying water across their basement. In that moment of panic, they have to decide to let a complete stranger into their home to fix it. That requires a massive leap of faith. In an emergency, cost often takes a back seat to competence. Homeowners need to know immediately, will they get here quickly? Can I trust them? Will they actually fix the problem? To answer those questions, homeowners actively look for proof that other people in their neighborhood had a good experience. They look for reassurance from an objective third party. Because plumbing relies entirely on local trust, any friction or missing proof during that frantic search instantly creates hesitation, and hesitation kills the phone call. Many plumbing business owners assume that if they have hundreds of five-star reviews on Google, their reputation speaks for itself. They think the work is done. It is true that a customer usually sees your business in Google Search or Maps first, notices that high rating, and then clicks through to your website to learn more. But here is where the problem starts. This diagram shows two identical website layouts. Site A has standard text, while Site B features a visible review praising a fast leak repair. Look closely at this empty space on Site A, between the service description and the Call Now button. Here, user anxiety spikes. Without visible proof to validate their choice at the finish line, the homeowner stalls. They click back to search and compare your competitors. On the optimized site, the visitor sees reassurance precisely when they need it. The trust they felt on Google seamlessly carries over to the point of action. You spend thousands on local SEO and paid ads to drive urgent traffic, but if that destination page lacks proof, you are burning your budget. Direct, serious tone. Leaving your best reviews stranded on your Google business profile forces visitors to make a blind decision on your website. Ultimately, that costs you warm leads. To fix this, let's look at how plumbing companies manage their reviews using a simple chart, mapping maintenance effort against conversion impact. Strategy 1 is the default for most, relying entirely on Google and doing absolutely nothing to display those reviews on your own website. The appeal here is obvious. It requires zero technical skill and takes zero time out of your week. But the outcome is a website that functions like an old-school brochure. It makes claims about quality and professionalism, but offers no visible proof to back them up. This Google-only approach sits firmly in the low-effort, low-impact quadrant. You save administrative time, but you leave a massive hole in your marketing funnel. Strategy 2 is the classic approach, building a dedicated, static testimonials page on your website. This usually means someone in the office has to manually copy text from Google and paste it onto the site every few weeks. Look at this heat map of a typical plumbing website. Visitors urgently click on the Services and Contact buttons. The Testimonials tab stays completely cold. People in a plumbing crisis simply do not have the patience to hunt for a separate page just to read reviews. To make matters worse, these pages almost always get abandoned. Before long, you are showing prospects reviews from 3 years ago, which does nothing to prove you are reliable today. You might feel good knowing the reviews are somewhere on the site, but because they are hidden away from the actual booking forms, they fail to reassure the customer when they are actually deciding to call. Static testimonials land in the high-effort, low-impact zone. It creates tedious busy work for your team, but rarely moves the needle on lead flow. That brings us to strategy 3, contextual placement. This means intercepting the customer with specific proof at their exact moment of decision. Instead of a generic great job on the homepage, a customer reading about water heater repairs sees a 5-star review specifically praising a water heater installation. And critically, as you can see here, placing these verified reviews right next to the Submit button on an estimate form actively stops prospects from backing out at the last second. It provides immediate validation. The customer gets the reassurance they need without ever leaving the service page they are interested in. The catch is the technical execution. Manually filtering, matching, and updating specific reviews across dozens of individual service pages requires serious web development resources. Contextual placement delivers the highest impact on conversion, but for a busy local plumber, the high manual effort makes it nearly impossible to maintain. Customer reviews are functional conversion tools meant to be deployed where they can actually turn traffic into booked jobs. To make them work, they must meet 3 criteria. They have to be recent, verified by a trusted third party, and visible at the exact point of conversion. If you own the business and you are still trying to update your website manually, you are burning your own time and still losing leads to friction. If you manage the marketing, look at this line graph. When you drive expensive paid traffic to service pages that lack visible proof, your ad spend goes up and your cost per acquisition spikes sharply right along with it. And if you run an established, decades-old company, relying strictly on traditional word of mouth is no longer enough. You have to digitize that reputation and put it directly in the path of your online buyers to fend off newer competitors. The only way to fix this leaky funnel is to take that high-impact contextual placement strategy and shift it to a low-effort, automated process. To maximize your return on investment, you need a system that bridges the trust gap without creating another daily chore for your staff. That means stepping away from manual website management and plugging into a system that handles review syncing automatically. To know if your site is fully optimized for trust, you need reviews near contact forms, surface matching review text, and reviews under 30 days old. Reputation Riser is the engine built specifically for plumbers to check all these boxes instantly. It pulls directly from your Google business profile, automatically filtering and routing your most relevant customer experiences straight to the matching service and landing pages. This dynamic trust building runs entirely in the background. It requires 0 manual coding, and your office staff never has to copy and paste another review. Stop relying on a dusty testimonials page that nobody reads. It is time to close the trust loop exactly where your customers are deciding whether or not to call you. Go to reputationriser.com to access the setup guides, eliminate the hesitation gap on your website, and start turning more of your existing traffic into booked jobs.